Hey, it's your girl KV back with another review for Real Housewives of Atlanta. We're gonna go through 2 episodes because I was on vacation last week and couldn't check in. Season 7, Season 17, Episode 16, Halloween Hot Pocket. Back in ATL, Shamia is meeting with her attorney. She in her lawyer's office with that cat suit on, like she's trying to catch somebody. It's mind-boggling that that's what she chose to wear. But she is sad because the rum business is not shaking out like she wants it to, okay? She is stuck on these peaches and they can't get no peaches because peaches don't grow in Grenada. And they said, forget the partnership. You absolutely ain't getting no equity. But you can buy some bottles at wholesale. I said, not buy some bottles at wholesale, Lord. So, yeah, she's upset because she has put over 6 figures into the business already. Where and why, I don't know. And she's already set up for her party, like a launch party. And she's had the ladies to get butt molds done. Yep, that's happening. So Kate and Angela have a double date with their husbands, Cassidy and Charles. They do this sensual couples yoga. Nothing to see here. Porsha is at her house getting pictures of her and PJ taken because she still had marital pictures of her and Simon up. For what reason? Porsha tells her sister that Shamia invited her to the party. This is where I was cracking up so hard because the text message that Porsha sent her, girl, I am not coming to your party. You are sick AF. Move along. Cracking up. Then Porsha gets her mom a new house. No mortgage. She says she sold her mama old house, which was the first house that she bought. Okay, the first house that she bought when she divorced Cordell. Well, when Cordell divorced her. She bought that house when she got with Simon. She moved her mama into the house. I guess the mama sold her house, pocketed the money. Porsha was probably paying the mama mortgage because it was her house type deal. And it was like, you know, in case I need to come back to something type deal. You know what I mean? But she got Simon's house in the divorce. So she said, Mama, I'm finna sell this house, take a little bit of that money, put it on my house, and buy you a new house, okay? Okay. So that's what she did. She bought her mama something else. It looked like it was a little bit smaller. Looked like it needed a little bit updating. But hey, her mama said no mortgage. That's all that matters. Miss Diane ain't too good for a little carpet on the floor, okay? I'm sure she got a good, strong back man somewhere that can lay some floor. She's fine. So everybody, it was funny how everybody was like, Porsha put her mom on the street. Porsha put her mom on the street. Just for, oh look, I bought my mama a no mortgage house. Play with somebody else's mama, okay? Not mine. Dennis is at the celebration. He said, that's my mama too. I said, all right then. Kay and Porsha have a double date. Why are we still seeing this man? Why? It was boring. It was just somewhere to put Porsha in the episode because we knew that she wasn't finna go, well, somewhere else to put Porsha in the episode because she ain't finna go to Shamia party. So we gotta suffer through this fake ass date with Mike. Is his Mike Love did. Every time, what is it, Mike Bless? Every time I see Mike Bless, I think of the My Wife and Kids. Mike Love did. Okay, there's no chemistry there. He's clearly a paid actor. Porsha, this is Porsha in the fourth quarter. She had to make a move. Like, okay, last season I was getting a divorce. I ain't had no man. This season, I'ma up it a notch. I'ma have 2 people, a man and a woman type deal. And it looked like she really actually is liking Sway. Okay, so there it is. I'm tired of seeing Mike. He talking about he think he in love with her, and Porsha gets the ick. She gets the ick. Kay then goes to lunch with Shamia. She's talking about how she is in therapy to navigate this group. Girl, leave the group if it's doing all that to you. Like, A friend group shouldn't be having you in therapy. Like, it's exhausting. And then it's the fact that when it came to you and your fertility journey, you told you told Cynthia, you ain't got time to be going to therapy. But when it comes to these girls and you not fitting in, that's when you go seek mental health. Mental health help. These be the moments where I have to side-eye Shamia a bit. I like Shamia. I think Angela does a lot of unnecessariness to her. I think Drew can be petty with her, but she's very petty with Drew. She started with Drew. But past that, like, the gang up on Shamia vibe, it's like, where? This is Angela and Drew having beef with somebody that Slick started with them. I don't see it as a gang up. Shamia gets annoying, so by default, the ladies be like, oh, let me go over here and talk, because Shamia is annoying. I don't think that's a gang up. That's just like, girl, you be annoying. They are allowed to have their own opinions without being labeled as following Porsha or following Shamia. And I think it's weird that they're not, a lot of people feel like they're not allowed to have their own opinions. They just have to stand there with their hands in their pockets and be like, this is a crazy fight. Like, no, they're going to have their own opinions. They're going to lean towards who they feel is right or wrong, or who they feel like is handling the situation better, or where their loyalties lie. It is what it is. It's supposed to be like this, okay? If your bestie finna flip-flop on you, what's she your bestie for? Correct me in private, not public. Y'all heard Giselle, what Giselle told Robin all them years back. Hey, girl, we can have those conversations, but in front of them, no, ma'am. It's petty, but it is what it is. Don't you gang up on me in front of nobody type deal. So, yeah, it's time for Shamia's Halloween party. She's an avatar, cute. Phaedra is Godfather, cute. Kelli is Superwoman, straight off the shelf, okay. Her boyfriend is Daft Punk, okay. Daft Punk. Drew is Cowboy Carter, Beyonce. Shamia is constantly and over again apologizing to the ladies over again, and I'm just like, girl, get up, girl, get up. I'm tired of it. And then she apologizes and then will say, well, I'm only apologizing for this, and I really don't mean the apologizing, but I'm gonna apologize anyway, because she's a people pleaser and she needs everybody approval by any means necessary, even if it means going against everything she feels for years, trying to go along to get along. It's just like, at this grown age, I need you to show your daughters better. I need you to show your daughters better than to be running up behind somebody, always having to be the number 2 when you absolutely have it to be number 1. You could be the it girl. You don't have to run up behind Porsha just because you're used to running up behind Porsha. And that's the weirdness about it, right? So, yeah. As much, what they doing? She went low. This is the part that people don't want to acknowledge again. Regardless of what happened prior, well, not even regardless too, you knew the person she was, you knew what you was getting into, and the fact that she went at Mama Diane like that in front of everybody, you knew it was a wrap, okay? But as they're having all of this back and forth at the Halloween party, Shamia is like, well, this is Ashley right here. This is Ashley right here, Angela. What do you have to say? Her husband is George. Oh, her husband is George? The George she said you slept with? They're doing all of that. It's just the mostest, okay? All of that is so goofy because Angela comes on in as a cop. She's like, I'm putting cases on you. I'm putting cases on you. Okay, Denzel. And I wouldn't say that she was vindicated because she still ran and made some mess, but it was already some mess that she started with. Like, The mess already had legs, and she just put a whole snowman on top and presented it to the group. Like, girl, no ma'am. Snowman don't have legs, which y'all know what I mean, okay? Anywho, George is a creepy old man. After I saw that clip of them on Now That's TV or whatever, if they was audition or was an actual show, after I saw that clip and he literally said he thought his wife was a prostitute, who says that about their current wife? So at that point, I was like, Angela probably ran with whatever creepy joke the man said, but the creepy joke was made, and Angela just did the absolute most, taking it. Well, you must have slept with him. Girl, bye. So George comes on over. Like I said, he get the stuttering. What? I was drunk. I was drunk. Get out of here. Kelli and Angela have a little back and forth. They had me cracking up because, girl, what's up with that little short kitten heel you got on? Girl, as short as your lease since you living in Shamia's house. I was screaming, child. On Watch What Happens Live, Brisha Webb and K. Michelle don't think that Kelli and Shamia's friendship is going to last. That cracked me up, right? So, K. Michelle said that Ashley must be with George for the money because he's short and pudgy, I suppose. You know you know your husband right there, right? He's right there. We can see him. Do you see that we can see him? And I hate that she did that and got cast and catching all these strays for absolutely no reason. He seems like a fine gentleman, okay? Dentist out here. She said he just got board certified in Atlanta so he can start a dental practice in Atlanta because baby Andy loves her. Porsha better watch out because K. Michelle might be coming up fave right behind her. He loves him some K. Michelle, okay? But yeah, got her husband catching strays like that. Then Shamia's husband comes on stage to tell them to come out front. And it's the little studsman Terry with a horse for Drew. I was confusion. So on to the next episode, Rebels and Outlaws. Go Naked photo shoot. We see Cynthia, Drew, and Porsha doing a hair photo shoot. You know, she got them not only as ambassadors, but started them their own little lines of wigs. When I saw this wig, I thought of Cynthia. And I thought, you know, she is my girl. Why won't I just make us a little closer? Okay. Because I don't think Cynthia was an ambassador before, was she? I know Drew was. Everybody always forgets that. I'm like, while Porsha was accusing Drew of messing with Dennis, she was also mad about Go Naked. She was also mad about her doing an unauthorized Go Naked photo shoot. Because Drew looks don't be looking sometimes. And Porsha needs to be there to approve something if it's Go Naked, okay? And I said, that is very valid, Porsha. I wasn't mad with Porsha at all. But a lot of people forget that. But they were friends beforehand. And I feel like last season was the orchestrated beef. Because as we see, the only thing Porsha really lets us into is beefing with Dennis. We see that that's something that she gonna rely on when she needs a dramatic scene. Oh my God, I give these girls nothing. I need to cry. Dennis, come over. And scene. You know what I mean? She has got her feelings real hurt when he came over with that ring. She wasn't ready for him to ante up like that. She needed a level 7, 8. He gave her a 12. He gave her a 12 with that one. She wasn't ready for that one. But we see that Dennis is what she is comfortable discussing and being open with on the show. So much so that she played in our face like she's been dating Mike this whole season along with Sway so that she doesn't have to give us the inner workings of her and Sway. But what we see, as soon as they stop filming, her and Sway is on vacation after vacation after vacation after vacation. Because Porsha don't want to give us that. And you know what? Hey, who I mean to tell me how much you got to give the public? Because You've given a bit, okay? You've given a bit, and we don't always be wanting to see it all. After Porsha's Family Matters, when you was about to beat Dennis' mama up with that boom mic, we'll be needing to see it all. So I'm not even complaining, girl. I'm just calling it out because I review it. So we got the Go Naked photo shoot. They end up kissing on the lips for some reason, child. Porsha said, next shoot in my room. I feel like they probably really did. I wouldn't put it past them. Probably not in that moment, but at some point, these ladies have gotten drunk and pet the kitties. We already see how Cynthia's bachelorette party went. Were all of them present for that? Yeah, all of them were present for that. So that's why I be like, y'all be underestimating how friendly and how close these girls are. It's been years of Cynthia, Porsha, and Drew on the show together. Yes, Porsha went away for a while, but she had very monumental moments on this show. And Cynthia and Drew are two of the girls that clearly she keeps up with outside of the show. They have real friendships. That's why I feel like last year with Drew and Dennis was just orchestrated, because that's what Porsha don't mind exposing. Give me some beef with Dennis. Girl, you working with Dennis? We can use that. We can use that. That's how that went. We can use that, okay? And it is what it is. We see how easy they made up because it was just some orchestrated beef for the cameras. It be based on real life. We just, you know, turn it up a notch. So K. Michelle is fighting to sing country and is finally doing a listening party. I love it. I'm glad that we're finally here. If she had to wait all of this time to get it done, at least we premiering something on television. That's how you do it, K. Michelle. We started off shaky. We got to good solid grounds. Okay? She, Pinky, and Shamia take their kids to the pumpkin patch. This is Kay's opportunity to live vicariously through them because she wants a little girl and she ain't got no little children. So they got like, what, 4 little girls between them? Because Pinky got 2 girls. I think Pinky got 2 girls. Shamia got 2 girls. So she got 4 little nieces, you know, for now, that she can play with, come over, buy some little stuff for, you know what I mean? And that's how people really be wanting. Dress them up and show a picture of. Let me take a picture. We can be matching. God, mommy. That's, I feel like K. Michelle would be fine with it. If she keep a consistent friend and can be a consistent god mommy and take her own nail and shopping trips when she wants to, she'll be fine. She don't need no more children at this point. You didn't raised the first one because you was on the road and doing this and doing that, and now you still releasing music and stuff. Yeah, country music is a different pace. It might not be as fast, but you gonna still want to tour. That's what the money at. You don't need no baby. So they out with the kids. This is cute. Shamia says that her HOA is fining her $2,200 for the horse shit everywhere. And she's mad at Drew. She says she just wants an apology. She's not expecting her to pay because Drew got enough debt collectors, or she don't need to be another debt collector. I said, what debt does Drew have? She just be saying stuff because I'm like, what debt does Drew have? Did Drew owe somebody? I don't recall Drew owing nobody. Only thing I can say that's like a stain on Drew is getting kicked out that house. But I feel like Ralph did that by design, because didn't he buy the house without her knowledge and was just like, yeah, girl, this the house. We bought it type deal. And she was like, what? So I feel like that was by design. She wasn't going to really get that house no way. She wasn't going to get that house no way. So rich women are treated like the niggas in divorce. I don't understand why people are so confused on why she didn't get the house and she didn't get the kids. She was the breadwinner. The rich women, the breadwinner, is just, they be the men, okay? Pay the child support. Pay the child support. He get the house, he get the kids. You on the road working, right? He not. So he gonna be at home with the kids. That's how they go. So people acting like Drew is a bad mom or this, that, and the third. Or, yeah, she didn't get to Kim kids to school on time because she probably wasn't there. I'm like, was she at the house? We know how Ralph can get a story going. So there's that. But yes, what I do not believe Drew about is this horse. I feel like she is the scheme behind this horse. Because what you mean? Was Terry supposed to be your date? That's the only way that I could think this making sense. If he was supposed to be your date and he was supposed to take you, so he already knew what it was, what your costume was, and where this was. But other than that, it's giving a scheme that Drew set up. It is. It is. So, Drew was hoping to get the house and the divorce to not disrupt the kids' lifestyle. I said, oh, baby, the kids' lifestyle is the ones that's going to be disrupted. And in the grand scheme of things, I really don't know why she would get primary custody. If Drew be doing 3-4 movies a year, and I know, yeah, sometimes them movies be like 2 weeks, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes they be 2 months, 3 months. And if you're going for 3 months at a time, while you got kids and you going back and forth between shooting days and stuff, it's like, she wasn't gonna get them kids no way. It was kind of crazy to think that. At best, 1 week on, 1 week off. At best. You know what I mean? But she wasn't gonna get primary custody with as much as Drew be working. People like to play her. Oh, it's just Tubi movies. It's just Tubi movies. The Tubi movies, Faye. What you mean? It's still a check. It's still a check. She's still a SAG actress. She's still on this show. So Drew got her own money. She can go get a place. She made them up. We already seen the court documents. She made like what, twice as much as Ralph? Get her out of here. She's fine. Everybody trying to clown Drew like she's the rich man in the relationship. She ain't gonna get them kids. So she's looking at a house that's like another $1 million house. I'm like, girl, you don't need all of that. It's just you and them 2 kids. Like, you don't need all of it with 3 kids. 3 kids. 3 kids. But I guess, you know, at this point, she got to keep up with the Joneses. What she looked like getting kicked out of Ralph's house and not having something that's equal. You know what I mean? Or better. And with Drew, I'm sure she wants better. So, yeah. But I'm like, girl, make sure you account for that $2K you got to send him a month before you be getting all this mortgage over here. But Phaedra and Kelli are preparing for a hearing about the kids. Phaedra gives her a bra to wear to court. She said, okay, if we win, I'll wear it. She said, no, you got to wear it to court so that we can win. Because you can't be about to poke the judge eye out. And they show down 100%. She got them fake titties and it was always just high beams beaming, child. Drew have a party, birthday party for her mom. They had to get an Airbnb because it was Ralph's weekend at the house. And he said, ain't no party finna be here. And I said, ooh, all right. Porsha, Angela, and Shamia come to the party. They laughing about the horse. And Drew like, I don't know what to do with the horse. And I'm like, so he bought a horse and gave it to you? You don't have a house, but he bought you a horse? So the horse wasn't a rental. Like how long? Maybe it was like a 24-hour rental, and maybe because where is the horse? She ain't got a house, but it's a horse roaming around somewhere. Shamia, she would need to pay that bill if I just want an apology. Now I want somebody to pay the bill because why y'all got a horse on my property? I know she got it like that, so it don't matter, but still. Doing the most. Dr. Ken come up in there and he is feeling all about Phaedra. Oh my God. He just, I was like, they all in the room like, are y'all watching this? What is happening? When did this happen? Doc, you good? I know you off tonight, but you good? Girl. And after he gets done sniffing and rubbing up on Phaedra, he goes over to Porsha and says, you know, I'll do the counseling for the next one. I got you. Don't worry. Porsha said, huh? He said, yeah, I got you on the next one. The next what? The next marriage. Baby, I screamed because why Doc come shooting from the hip in this? I got you on the next one. He said, baby, it ain't working out because you need Dr. Sherry ain't getting it done, or she ain't putting it down like you need to pick it up or something, but call me, okay? Because, yeah, at this point, Dr. Sherry, she too light on you if you still going up and making these crazy mistakes. Your therapist supposed to make you ask the hard questions and really face them. They don't tell you what to do. They make you ask yourself the hard questions. They'll even ask you themselves the hard questions. Dr. Sherry don't be, I don't know if the questions ain't hard enough. Maybe Porsha need a man. If Porsha get married again, you think she gonna go to Dr. King? Can y'all see a session with Sway and Porsha and Dr. King? Back to this party, child. Shamia brings, oh, was that the party? Yeah, that was really it. Ain't nothing really happened at the party. Black came. Black came, and Shamia's mom is excited to finally meet him. She was excited to finally meet him. I said, Drew, how often do you just have that man up on the FaceTime? Annoying. And so Shamia brings her new surrogate over to meet Gerald because he didn't want to be on cameras in the office meeting the surrogate, but I guess he's fine being on cameras at the house meeting the surrogate. So here it is. This is their last boy embryo, so they're nervous, they're hopeful, but they're scared. The surrogate is like, I have a really good feeling. I did the practice cycle. Everything was perfect. My levels were this and that, and everything went great. I feel really good about this. And Shamia is like, no pressure, but like all the pressure in the world. Because if I can't produce him a boy child by you with the last egg we got, I don't know what it means for my life. Okay, so if my life is in your hands, you bring that baby to life, bitch. Or I was like, sorry, calm down. Whoa, what's happening here? And then the girl ends up meeting her mama, and yeah, Porsha and Sway hanging out. This is cute, y'all. I don't know if it's the lesbian in me or if they actually got chemistry, but I be feeling it. But Sway is fine, so yeah. So this is who Porsha with. We tired of seeing Mike, but here we are at the last episode. We saw Mike like twice as much as we saw Sway this season. So Porsha, you better be with Sway when them cameras get back up. We want the lesbianic relationship in the mix, because once Sway is in the mix, where does she fall? Is she gonna be over there with the women, getting the gossip, hearing stuff, laughing? You know, she can slick be the Peter. Sway can be the new Peter. She ain't gotta kick up mess, but she can. Well, okay. We ain't gonna give her Peter. We'll give her Greg. Greg would be over there. He'll get a little tea and he'll have a little comment here and there, but he wasn't messy. I'm here for it. I'm here for one of the manly energy partners to be, you know, a little mixy around, because the way Gerald, you know, Derek will come around. Caston is a team player, you know. I feel like K. Michelle don't let him talk much, so that ain't the cameras. He probably not allowed to say too much around y'all, okay? Because she gonna say enough for both of them. So you can see that they like each other. She got this red hair in, and Sway looking at her like, girl, is these cameras get out? I'm finna put it baby on and take it down, okay? And she like, this red hair doing something to you, huh? Sway over there looking at her, they asking each other. I was just like, oh, wait. So Sway is funny because they start talking about, okay, so what is it? Because she don't want to be in no love triangle no more. Portia's like, well, it ain't gotta be no triangle no more because I like you more. And she like, oh, you like me more? She like, yeah, when you gonna cut off your people? She like, dang, girl, you just told me like 2 minutes ago that it's me. Like, you gonna give me a minute or no? And she like, so I'm a lesbian now? And Sway said, lesbian gonna be a problem. Lesbian gonna be a problem. Quoting Pepsi from the Ultimate Girls Trip in Bali. I was cracking up too bad. Next, we see Angela's family dinner. The younger kids are there. They don't want no broccoli and they don't want no parts of this conversation. Can I go? At first, I thought the baby was saying, can they go to the lunch party? Because she was talking about the Fangies. But when I saw that baby grab that plate and run and both of them ran off, I said, oh, they wanted to go, like, leave this setting. And that's real. Don't know kids want this camera in their face. They don't even want to sit at the table and eat. They want to be in front of the TV. And now you got a camera in front of them and they got to be the entertainment. No parts. I was glad that the kids ran on off, right? So Aumari admits that her mom was right about a lot of things when it comes to marriage. Because now she's realizing marriage is hard. She asks them, is marriage hard? Is it supposed to be hard? And they're looking at her like, yeah, girl. Marriage is hard. Angela says, but I'm not trying to be right. I want you to be happy. Okay? They end up FaceTiming Valeria, one of those. Which is Aumari's wife. And, you know, they have a little, hey girl, we saw you since we found out, girl. How you doing? Yeah, hey, sure. So, cute little thing. I didn't mind it. A lot of people are tired of Angela and her daughter's storyline. But I'm like, it's a part of her life. Everybody is feeling like, oh, Angela's so miserable because Charles don't love her. Angela's so miserable because Charles don't love her. Charles loves her. The fact that he shows up, he's a participant. He funds all her mess. I feel like she has her own money to some degree because he didn't even know that the $1 million was lost when it was lost. He where it was coming from. Probably a little bit of hers, a little bit of his type deal. Came out, whatever she got. But yeah, Charles loved her enough. He a grumpy old man, so a grumpy old man gonna be a grumpy old man. Couldn't be mine. But it works for them. She's upset and miserable because his daughter, not Charles. So getting to the root of that will make Angela maybe less miserable. We'll see next season, okay? Because she has a daughter in the confessional with her. And you can just see by their banter and their rapport that they do have a good, loving relationship. So getting them back on track. Her talking to the wife and the daughter admitting that, hey, I don't know it all and I do need my mama still. Gets them on the right track, right? So the moment we've been waiting for, y'all, for years is K. Michelle's country album listening party. I saw Jessica Dime there. Y'all know I love me some Jessica Dime. You a shrimp. Classmate. Love me some Jessica Dime. If y'all don't know who Jessica Dime is, she was on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. When she first came on, she had the pink hair. Pink hair was her thing. And she the one that beat up Treasure. She the one that beat up Treasure for being like, I'm a side chick too. I like being a side chick. She beat Treasure up. And then again, on Marriage Boot Camp, she was about to beat Soulja Boy up. Soulja Boy, I can beat your ass. Because Soulja Boy got to popping off at the mouth to her husband, Sean. She hopped up. Soulja Boy, I can beat your ass. I love me some Jessica Dime, y'all. I might have to rewatch Marriage Boot Camp just because it was a good season, y'all. They was high like every day. They were high through every challenge and nothing affected them. And they was like, please stop smoking. Walker, stop getting high. Walker, nah, man, we ain't putting them. Oh my God, I love me some Jessica Dime. So yes, y'all, I saw Jessica Dime. We saw Jazzy Faye. We saw Raven Goodwin, which was her bestie on Single Black Female, which was a really good series on Lifetime, y'all. Single Black Female 1, 2, and 3. Real good. K. Michelle was in all of them, right? Yeah, because that's her bestie, so she was in all of them. Porsha was in the last one. And so Pinky and Kay, they get to doing the most, child. You know, they both some little creeps. And it cracked me up because Kay said something about how Pinky was dressed, but Pinky was dressed. We ain't gonna even talk about it. So Pinky said, you know, they playing around, and she like, girl, I'll take you home. Girl, I'll take you home. Pinky like, girl, stop playing. My husband right over there. And he approved, so don't play. We'll snatch you up. Bye. Bye to your casting. We'll see you later. Or shoot, maybe. Hey, but Kelli looked good. She came on in looking real sex kitten. It was cute. Her husband delayed the court hearing, so she didn't have court. They didn't have anything going on. He's trying to sue the court system, okay? Shamia gives Drew the fines, the fines from the HOA for the horse. Drew's like, girl, what is this? I ain't asked for that horse to be there and I ain't making poop. I was cracking up. And Drew was like, where's the evidence? Where's the evidence of the poop? It was so stupid. I didn't necessarily feel no ways about it. Really, it's like, it's messy. It's Housewives. Shamia always needs a moment. I didn't expect Shamia to not slam them papers out, even though she said she didn't expect Drew to pay the fine. I knew that Porsha, I knew Shamia was going to make it a traumatic moment because it's what Shamia do. So, I don't know. A lot of people was like, Shamia was so lame for doing it. I was just like, it's Housewives, you know. You supposed to make a moment. Be dramatic. It's Drew. Drew would have did the same thing. Drew would have had that job blown up on the screen. So I wasn't really all that mad at Shamia for being extra with that part. Like, okay, girl. Drew handed them papers to Phaedra, like, look into this. See if this real. I wonder if they're going to ask about that at the reunion to see if she paid that fine and if it was real and stuff. And so Porsha walks in with Sway, and baby Shamia can't contain her sadness. And Porsha won't talk to her. She out there like, you can see her face just swelling up. You can see her eyes getting a little juicy. I was like, girl, not you about to cry because Porsha not speaking to you. Shamia, I want for you to cut the soul ties that you have with Porsha so bad because it's getting too much, Takeda, okay? She about to cry. Porsha and Sway walk in, Porsha and Patrice, that's actually really cute, Porsha and Patrice walk in, and she's like, this is my girlfriend, this your girlfriend? Yeah, this is my girlfriend. And like, oh, girl, you glowing, you look good. Like, girl, oh, you really like her? Because we don't see it for Mike. Porsha looks happy, and they're all happy. She didn't tell Mike that, you know, he lost the race. She just posted Sway for Sway's birthday, and Mike found out that way. Yeah, I didn't do right by him at all. Girl, it's okay. The contract ended anyway. It's fine. It's fine. So K. Michelle sings a song. What was it? Jesus and Whiskey, and then something else. And then she did a little country version of VSOP, and she starts handing the mic around to the girls, okay? She does a little speech like, you know what? These girls mean so much to me. I came into this circle, and I didn't know what it was going to be like, but you know what? It's been endearing. It's been real. These girls been real. We gonna light some candles tonight, very special. And then she passes the mic around, and Shamia thought this was her concert. Shamia takes the mic. She gets to go out. I was like, oh, okay. Drew was like, oh my God, I hope she doesn't bring the mic over here. I don't know the words. Drew, you better not play with me. You better just get that mic and scream, very special, like the other girls that don't really know the words, but they know the song, okay? Because that's what Porsha gave. That's what all of them get. Very special. Pinky was cracking me up. She was looking for her moment to grab the mic, girl. Cracking me up. Angela, Kelli, and Phaedra singing was hilarious, okay? Phaedra was extra awful. Phaedra was extra awful. It was cracking me up. It was a cute little moment, though. So Drew get the mic, and she do right. She do a little, we gon' like some, hey, you know, she did a little 1-2, says that she loves her and gives her a hug. She was the last one. I said, all right, thank you, Drew. I'm glad you didn't make this an annoying ass moment. I've been rooting for you lately. Don't make me have to reverse it. Pinky stirs the pot with Drew, aka Michelle. I can't remember what exactly she asked, but essentially, hey, did y'all resolve it, or are y'all still beefing, or have y'all talked about it, or let's discuss. I said Pinky. Pinky in production. Come back as a cast, baby. But thank you, we needed something. So they end up talking about, oh, but somebody was plotting. Who's plotting? You're plotting, and you're plotting about Black. Oh my gosh, not Black again, because K. Michelle still feels like Drew was trying to put Black on her body. I see both sides because it is a interesting situation. But K. Michelle, you put legs on the situation when you ran up to that camera. Oh my God, how are you? Even if it was like a fan, I know that you a fan, you a super fan of mine, you was front row at my concert type of relationship. It insinuated some type of closeness. I would have thought otherwise too. Seeing the messages is just giving, oh, you know, he a fan. He was at the concert. Great concert tonight. I was front row and she like looks at the picture. Oh yeah, it was you. Thank you. Da, da, da. I see he got a good following and stuff. He ain't no creeper, maybe, but you know what I mean? Give him a little attention. He's a fan type deal. It didn't seem like too much. But the way K. Michelle like is so defensive about it, I feel like it kind of puts a little extra sauce on it, because why are you bringing this back up? I don't forgot about this. I done forgot all about Black being on your body, or not being on your body, or Drew trying to put him on your body. I've forgotten all about it. You brought it back up. Just like you brought up the rumor about your stank. Okay. You're plotting. Over there thinking way too hard. But Drew pulls out some DMs to prove that Kay was lying and that they've been in each other's DMs since months before she thought that they was in the DMs. Drew, for one, you making both you and Black look lame, because why he giving you screenshots of some DMs and why you holding it up? You at this girl party trying to bust her out. Wrong role, wrong role, wrong time, wrong environment, okay? And then the spirit of K. Michelle's people. But no, it did look like somebody maybe like, you know, was around and a shoulder or two got touched. But Drew ended up tripping over her jeans in the process while she's trying to, you know, shuffle one way or another. And she falls. K. Michelle, get up, girl. I said, oh, okay, this is Drew's goofy little moment of, you know, this quarter of the season, because she was doing decent for a while, but I was like, girl, exactly, you was doing too much. That's why you fell like that. And you can hear K. Michelle's sister in the background getting activated, baby. You can hear K. Michelle's sister getting activated. Drew gets up, tries to play it off, but she eventually leaves because the fans like, bye. They start like, you're not welcome here. You coming at K. Michelle, you're at a K. Michelle party. You must be delusional. Words of Pinky. So Porsha goes outside to check on her, and I can appreciate this, because this is why I say they have an actual friendship versus Drew just being a lapdog. Because the energy that Drew gives Porsha gives Drew. If Drew gonna run up behind Porsha when she mad in an argument or whatever, Portia's gonna run up behind Drew, and she has done it multiple times this season. Let them be friends. Why does it have to be a lapdog situation? They are friends and they like to take up for each other when the situation fits. Let that be, okay? There are other lapdogs in this situation. I don't really consider Drew one of them, okay? So Porsha goes to check on her, and Drew is delusional, okay? She's talking about somebody pushed her. I don't think nobody like pushed her. Well, she said security tackled her. That was the part that had me cracking up. She may have started getting, you know, a little gone up out of here type deal, because it's a crowded club. He was probably already shoulder to shoulder. Now you in here screaming, falling all over the place, attacking the host of the guest of honor and stuff like that. You're doing too much, Drew. This ain't the time or the place. You could have saved that for the reunion. So Porsha checks on her. She's telling this story or whatever. Porsha sees her jeans, is like, well, your jeans are long. Did you trip over your jeans? You probably tripped over your jeans. But in confessional, Porsha is like, well, you know, let a bitch be a little discombobulated, okay? Oh my gosh, cracking up. But the ladies line up for their pick, and we have their end credits of how everything went this season. Okay, at the end of the season, nothing really was memorable. Kelli's restaurant closed. Drew is the one that launched out to the world being messy. I thought it was hilarious. Some people thought it was messy. I thought it was hilarious. Not even gonna lie. It was just funny. They housewives. It's supposed to be petty. It's supposed to be messy. You got to give us something. And it was enough in the off season where you ain't telling too much of the storyline, because nobody had faith in that restaurant. She went in under, okay? She was already sitting on that property for like 2 years or something before she could really build it out. It was never going to go great, especially happening while she was in a divorce with this butthole of a husband that she had. You knew he was going to stall that out and take it and do everything he could to make sure she wasn't going to be getting more without him. Shamia's pregnant. Well, the surrogate is pregnant. I hope everything goes great with the baby. She wants the baby. That's what she feels like is going to make her happy in life. Congratulations to Shamia. Ain't got nothing to do with everybody's opinion, so I congratulate that lady on how she's having her little baby. Porsha and Slater together, going on vacations. Drew got to move out the house, lost custody of the kids, got to pay Ralph child support. But like I said, she's the one that makes more money in the relationship, so I didn't think that anything different was going to happen. I really didn't. What I think should happen, I think that Drew don't even need to go get her a big old house. I think Ralph and Drew need to go get them their own bachelorette pad and let them kids stay in that house where they at, and y'all rotate in and out the house. Have y'all own rooms in the house, and y'all rotate in and out that house with them kids, especially if they, because I feel like they could possibly get to a week on, week off type of situation. I feel like it's not going to forever be Drew only had them kids on the summertime. But if so, yeah, girl, you are going to have to get you a house for them kids to be. But if not, leave them kids in that house, okay? So I can't think of nobody else's after story. I feel like nothing else happened. So this is it for the season until we get to the reunion, of course, next year. But it for the regular season. I'm sure they're going to have a 3-part reunion. And I actually think that girls trip. So we're going to have reunion and we're going to have girls trip start on Sunday. That's going to be interesting. I do want to do girls trip because we see Nene is on the first episode. So ready for that. Soft launching Nene to see if they can see how the crowd is really reacting and how everything is going, because you have to have her on Atlanta, even if a little bit. Let her guest in. Let her come see Porsha every now and then, okay? So yeah, I want to do that. So that's it, y'all. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what y'all think about this review. Whose side are you on? You with the K Michelle fans? Bye, Drew. Bye, Drew. Why she out here tripping over her daggone pants like a silly little goofy girl. Until next time, bye.